I really should stop doing TBRs because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's that other one that I just had? That's 7. Oh, 7. Oh my god, I should stop doing TBRs. Will I really get to all of these books this month? Like, will I really? Because my answer is no. I don't think so, but I'm being hopeful. Good enough. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I'm doing a January TBR slash it may cross over into February TBR. 2021 I read 150 books. Last year I set it for 100 and I barely made it. I literally finished my last book New Year's Eve, that morning of, like literally at 3 a.m. I finished it. This year I put my reading goal at 50 and I actually want to be a little bit more picky about the books that I'm reading this year, in terms of actually picking up books that I know I really want to read, and not just because like I'm getting FOMO from seeing other people read it. But I guess I kind of just want to take the pressure away from reading just to meet my goal, instead of just reading like books that I actually want to get to and stuff. I have a stack right here of books I want to get to, hoping that if I don't read them this month that it'll just roll over for February, because God knows that I start to panic like knowing that I have a TBR, but then, you know, I'll see something new that I want to read and I'm like, oh my god, well fuck that, right? So the goal this year is also to kind of just like tell me to slow down. You know, like I just get so excited to read so many books and I cannot read them all at once. I really only just read one book at a time because I cannot focus on multiple books at once. And also, sometimes a book will take me a whole day if I'm really invested. And sometimes if I kind of get distracted here and there, it might take me 2 days, and sometimes it might even take me longer. It really just depends right now. And especially because, oh my god, I'm going on a tangent. But I've been playing a lot of Sims, a lot of Dreamlight Valley, and I posted it on Instagram, and a lot of you guys are telling me to play Stardew Valley also, which I don't have the game yet. I'm gonna download it. But see, that's another obsession. And it's just taking up so much of my reading time when I'm playing those games. And then there's new shows that I don't... Anyways, okay, I am going off topic. Here are the books that I want to read in January/February. Let's get started. Okay, it is January 7th right now as I'm filming this, which me doing a TBR right now feels a little bit like, okay, I'm already a week into the month, like I'm barely doing my TBR now. I actually finished Sinners Anonymous last night by Som Sketcher. I picked this up because it was floating around Book Talk and I got really curious, and also the covers really just intrigued me. The synopsis intrigued me, so I picked them up. So this is book 1. This is a standalone, but they're all like interconnected. Books 2 and 3 are gonna be duets. I read this in about 2 days. It does read really fast. I wouldn't say that it's my favorite so far. And I read 64% of this 2 nights ago, and then I just finished the last 35% last night. I do like it. I don't love it. I think it's okay. I'm probably like gonna give it like 3.5 stars, 4 stars. I don't really know yet. I still gotta think about it. Book 2 is Sinners Condemned. Book 3 is Sinners Consumed. I'm gonna start this. I'm actually reading it on my Kindle, so I don't have tabs on here. The font and formatting of this book is just so tiny. It's so tiny. So I'm reading it on my Kindle because I feel like I'll have a headache just staring at this. I'm probably just gonna read the rest of the series on my Kindle. I think I just read faster on my Kindle anyway sometimes. But I'm very excited to pick these up. This is about one brother, and then these 2 are going to be about the other brother. There's 3 of them in total, so obviously book 4 is going to be that last brother. And I'm really excited to read about them, honestly. So that is one series that I want to read this month. Also, to be fair, while Sinners Anonymous was the first book that I finished, you know, in the first week of this month, I actually started Serpent, The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. So I also picked this up because I saw it floating around Book Talk. I read about 164 pages of this, 20 chapters worth. It's fantasy romance. And this was actually going to be my first book of the year, but it's not that I DNF'd it, because I do plan on coming back to it. I just don't know when. But this is on Kindle Unlimited, and maybe I'm thinking that if I do decide to pick it back up, hopefully this month, then I'll just read from there. I just got through 160 pages of this, but I wasn't completely invested, and I kind of just kept waiting for something that was gonna grip me to get me to finish the book. A lot of people told me to push through and, you know, get to the end of the book because the ending is so good. I don't care about DNFing books. Like, if it's really not interesting me, I'm not gonna finish it. But I am still a little bit interested in reading it, which is why I'm just pausing it. I would like to get back to this. I'll probably just read it on my Kindle because it's on Kindle Unlimited, I think. I'm gonna confirm, and then if it's true, I'll put it up on the screen. But if it is on Kindle Unlimited, I'll just read it on there. Maybe I'll be a little bit more invested. I guess, I don't know, maybe just how big the book is, how thick it looks is kind of also intimidating me. But to be fair, I gave it 20 chapters. Didn't really love it. My thinking as I read was that if I put the book down at any time, I literally would not feel anything about it. Like, I wouldn't feel panicked that I didn't know what was gonna happen next. Maybe I'll finish it this month, and if I just never get back to it, then I just never get back to it. Next one on my list is Stolen Heir. This came out January 3rd. So I read and loved the Cruel Prince series, the trilogy, you know, Cruel Prince, Wicked King, The Queen of Nothing. I read that, I think, in 2020, and I think it was one of my first few YA fantasy series that I read. So I'm very excited to dive back into the world with the Stolen Heir. I don't really have much to say about this other than I'm really excited to get to it. I'd like to read this month because I feel like when I pick up new releases and I don't get to it immediately, that it just gets pushed to the bottom of my pile until I forget about it. So I would like to prioritize reading this. I've seen a lot of good reviews of people loving the book and just loving being back in the world, so I am excited for this. I don't really remember much from the original trilogy, and honestly, I'm not gonna reread it just to get to this. I'm just gonna wing it when I start this, as I do with so many things in life. Coffee break. I have a little napkin thingy to soak up the condensation because I'm putting it on my shelves next to books, and I really shouldn't, but I don't have anywhere else to put them. One of my New Year's resolution is not to drink less coffee, but to drink more coffee that I make at home and less on Starbucks coffee because, man, those coffees add up. Honestly, that's so good. Next one is a good one because I have been saying that I'm going to read this for, I think, an entire year, maybe a year and a couple months. The Shatter Me series. I want to be part of the club. This is a YA fantasy series, and I have seen people, you know, think that book one is not really good at all, but I've also seen people absolutely love it. You know what's funny is I actually own this. Oh, what's in here? What is... Oh my god, I have my receipt from when I got this. I got it July 19th, 2021. But that's actually what I was going to say is I owned this in 2020, but I gave the book away because I never got to it. So I was like, oh my gosh, well, will I ever get to it? So I gave it away and then I repurchased it. And now I would like to read it this month. I'm done putting off the series. I'm done. I was going to read this in December, but I was feeling kind of slumpy in December and I was kind of, you know, just trying to reach my goal. And it's an entire series. Like, I literally have all of the books and some of the novellas. I think I still need to pick up 1 or 2 novellas, I think, to complete it, because I just want the entire series before I start. But I told myself that I was going to start this in December, but with the way things were going for my reading in December, I didn't want to start the series and then have it roll over into January. So I would like to start this month. I think, if anything, this is going to be one of my top priorities. My only issue is with myself is that I have trouble sticking to a series. Like, I'm even just surprised at myself that I'm going to be reading the Sinners Anonymous book because technically, you know, book 1 was a standalone, book 2 and 3 are in a duet. And normally I would just start book 1, put off book 2, start something else and dive back into a different world, and then maybe eventually get back to 2 and 3. But I'm trying to be a little bit more on the path of just completing a series and not putting them off. Because these are not interconnected standalones, I kind of have to devote all of January-ish to reading the series, right? Like, obviously it'll probably roll into February, depending on when I start this. But yeah, I think that's one of the things that I have to work on. Yeah, I'm very excited for this. I can't wait to start it. I can't wait to get to all of the other books, Unravel Me, Ignite Me, Restore Me, all of that. I'm not really scared of starting it. I'm just trying to bide my time. Okay, the next 2 books that I'd like to get to this month is The Love of My Next Life and This Life and All the Rest. This is by Britt Benson. This is a duet, so I can't just, you know, pick up book 1 and then not read book 2 immediately, because I'm sure that there's going to be a cliffhanger in here. Actually, I shouldn't even look through it because I might spoil something. Are we focusing? Yep, we're focusing. So this is book 1. This is book 2. Are we still focused? Please. So this was recommended to me by 2 friends, and one of them, you know, after she finished reading it, she loved it so much she sent them to me. So I really would like to read this month, especially because when I posted that my friend sent this to me, like everybody was in my DMs telling me like how much they love the series and how excited they are that I'm going to be reading it. With messages like that, when I post books that, you know, I'm thinking of reading and you guys tell me in my DMs how excited you are that I'm reading it because you love it so much, your excitement gets me double the excitement. So I would like to read this month, especially because it's a duet. I think it should be easy to knock out. I'm gonna assume that these are on Kindle Unlimited. If they are, again, I'll confirm on the screen. If you guys are not subscribed to Kindle Unlimited, it's a subscription. I absolutely think that it's worth it and that you guys should. It's $10 a month, but you get access to so many books. Like you could borrow 20 titles at once. Oh my god, this is not an ad. But you could borrow 20 titles, you know, at a time, right? And then if you borrow more, you just have to return one of them. But you get access to so many freaking books and they're all so good. Like, actually, let's do that. We'll make a Kindle Unlimited rec video for my next one because I have read and loved so many books on that. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna read this month. I don't know what this is about other than people telling me that it's very addicting to get through and that they loved it. And that's all I really need to be convinced. And also the covers are just so pretty. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what's in your TBR. Like, comment, and subscribe, all of the fun stuff down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah!